Hey guys, what's up? It's Greg Strzavasti with the Deepest Dream YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more reviews and more exclusive interviews with film and TV actors and filmmakers. Okay, now Rosaline. It premieres on Hulu October 14th. It is spearheaded by Kaitlin Dever. You might know her back in the day from Justified or more recently Dopesick, Booksmart. If you like her, you're going to really love this film. She is the producer and lead behind this comedic retelling of the Shakespeare classic Romeo and Juliet. It doesn't really focus on the relationship between Romeo and Juliet. It actually centers on the life of Rosaline, the ex-girlfriend of Romeo. Romeo is played by Kyle Allen and Juliet is played by Isabella Merced. And more on that later. Here's the thing though, with this movie, you're wondering how are they going to make a comedic retelling of a very tragic story which ends on, I don't even know if you can say Romeo and Juliet needs a spoiler alert when the end of Romeo and Juliet, you know, it's not a very good thing that happens to the star-crossed lovers. So that was my main question going in, but the fact that it's spearheaded by Kaitlin Dever, who I really enjoyed in Booksmart and Justified. I still haven't seen Dopesick as of yet. Can't wait to see that. But I was all invested in this movie. One of the great things about this movie is it has a specific style of humor. This deadpan, dry wit, bantery type of humor that some people may love, some people may dislike and just turn it off immediately. This sense of humor is right up my alley. Loved every single second of it. The narrative is 95 minutes and it's a very short, quick, light, fluffy, I don't even want to say romantic comedy, just straight up comedy about Rosaline's adventures in trying to get Romeo back, even though Romeo he's not all about Rosaline, he's now all about Juliet. Okay, so the rest of the movie deals with her trying to win him back by obviously backstabbing Juliet or trying to reseduce Romeo via different methods of the day. Now also starring in the movie is Chantil. Chantil plays Dario. Dario is one of the suitors of Rosaline who ventures into town, and immediately they strike up a very contentious situation. And you know what happens in these kind of romantic comedy chemistry type of films. Whenever two couples or two prospective couples start off fighting and bickering with one another, you know it's going to lead to something more fruitful and better on a love basis towards the end of the movie. So in that perspective, Rosaline might seem like a predictable movie, when I said it's a light and fluffy romantic comedy, this might mean it's a little bit unambitious or just it's more of I don't even know if a piffle is a word, it might be more of a trifle of a film. But director Karen Main does a really good job at keeping the action and the comedy and the storytelling very brisk. It's not a slog whatsoever. Everything moves at a very quick pace. There's a lot of brevity. Who said brevity is the soul of wit? Everything moves very quick. By the end of the movie, hopefully you're having a good time, especially if the humor lands for you. If you're a fan of obviously Shakespeare, the Romeo and Juliet tale, a retelling of that tale, then hopefully you will like the lighter elements behind this movie. And you're going to actually wonder, how are they going to make the final act of Romeo and Juliet vis-a-vis Rosaline a tragic retelling, or are they going to add a little bit of levity or light to the entire story? And that obviously I'm not going to give that away, but let's just say I really liked the way and the direction of this movie took in making it a very light, enjoyable comedy. There's nothing wrong in that. This movie stays in its lane and it effectively hits pretty much all the marks. Kaitlin Dever is obviously a star if you've seen her in various works. And it's great to see her produce her own vehicle, her own film, and I'm excited to see her as a lead in future movies. She's proven to me years ago that she was a star, but it's great that she's front and center in this movie and not as part of an ensemble project. Nothing wrong with that, but it's great to see her front and center with Rosaline. And she's very effective in telling the jokes and with the romance and the banter and all that stuff. The only negative part regarding Rosaline is there are so many really interesting and talented actors that make the ensemble. The aforementioned Isabella Merced. Bradley Whitford plays Rosaline's dad, and we all know Bradley Whitford is very talented. Minnie Driver from Good Will Hunting and a host of other movies over the years. She plays the nurse of Rosaline, and she has a couple of really interesting moments. But since it's 95 minutes, a lot of these players don't really get a big chance to shine. They're very good in their respective roles, and unfortunately, each of them have maybe very little pockets to shine in. I don't even know if that's a big complaint, because if we actually had a 2.5-hour version of Rosaline, then you could see everyone shine, and maybe that movie would not work. A lot of people, and that just destroys the entire vibe and energy behind this movie. It's quick, it's funny, it'll leave hopefully a good impression on you. It left a really good impression on me. One more thing, Rosaline, stay for the end credits. It's pretty funny, I thought. I really, it's one of the, they have a there's two people who have a conversation during the end credits, and there's a discovery at the end credits that I actually discovered when I was a teenager regarding something, and that blew my mind, and it made me never want to go in that direction ever again. Okay, so there is a revelation during the end credits. Watch it, whether you love Rosaline or not. Stay for the end credits. There's a really cool scene between two people and a discovery regarding a certain thing, which I used to love, but after learning that, I did not love it as much anymore. I know I'm being very vague, but you'll know once you see this movie. Again, this movie works as a vehicle for Kaitlin Dever. I love Minnie Driver. I love Bradley Whitford. I love Isabella Merced. I thought she was great in Sweet Girl. Would love to hear what you thought of that Netflix film. But yeah, they are good in this movie, but they have very little moments to shine. It's really a Kaitlin Dever project, along with the aforementioned, Sean Teal as Dario. So it's Sean Teal and Kaitlin Dever's movie pretty much to shine, and they both do a really great job. I wish there was a little bit more from the ensemble as far as moments with them, because I really love their characters. Maybe that's a credit to the director and the screenwriter behind this movie, because I just ended up wanting more. So actually my complaint is sort of a backhanded compliment towards the quality of the storytelling behind Rosaline. So overall, my rating for Rosaline, again on Hulu, October 14th, is 4 stars. It really hits 4 out of 5 stars. It really hits all the bases in my opinion. I really enjoyed the type of comedy and the humor, the quick-witted nature and brisk storytelling behind this movie. Really wonderful. And yeah, is it more of a confection or a little bit of a truffle of a cinematic treat? Yeah, but in my opinion, if done correctly, there's nothing wrong with that. So would love to hear what you think of Rosaline. Again, please like and subscribe to this Deepest Dream YouTube channel. This is where I post stuff from my Find Your Film podcast with Bruce Perky and Eric Holmes. We do a lot of movie reviews, movie recaps, etc., and spoilers. And I also do a lot of interviews with TV and film stars and filmmakers as well. Thanks again for listening to this interview for Rosaline. Would love to hear what you think of the movie. Did it work for you, or did you not really get what this humor was trying to bring? Okay, thanks again, guys. Take care. Bye.